What is going on? What is going on? Listen, today I'm going to show you exactly what I did to go from $0 to $10,000 a month as a digital marketing agency under 90 days, or as a software as a service. So if you're looking to start or have a digital marketing agency or software as a service, you already know it's hard to find customers. It's hard to put an offer that customers would even buy. Forget about learning how to close the deal, how to fulfill the deal, how to be able to maintain the clients, how to reduce churn, meaning clients cancellation, right? And all those things. There's a lot of moving parts. How to get your mindset right, how to identify, listen, what is the exact avatar? What is even an avatar, right? For my business. So listen, I'm going to be going on my nifty whiteboard here in a minute, and I'm going to show you exactly the steps I took, right, to go from $0 to $10,000 a month. And I've done this twice. First time I did it, it was back in 2020, right before the pandemic. I was stuck at $4,500 a month as a social media marketing agency owner. I was stuck at $4,500 a month as a full-time agency owner for about 3.5 years, almost 4 years, stuck at $4,500, dude. Now imagine this: you leave your job, your business, your career, right? Which I got paid less than that. Actually, I got paid about $45,000 a year plus $10,000 in commission. So about that, the same. But now I'm working harder, more stress, more liability, and I was stuck for almost 4 years, 3.5 years at $4,500 a month. Imagine being stuck at $4,500 a month as an agency owner. So how do I go from twice? I've done this twice, right? First time with the help of a coach that literally unblocked everything in my mind. Got something on my ear here. And I went from 4,500 to 12,000 in about 45 days. And it was just like, I was mind blown. I was like, dude, really? This is all that I was missing? It was literally a few tweaks that I had to make, mostly in my mind, to go from 4,500, where I was stuck as an agency owner for almost 4 years, 3.5 years or so. And then in 45 freaking days, this young man comes into my life that I paid as a coach, almost half of what I was earning. And he took me from 4,500 to 10,000 a month, 12,000 a month in 45 freaking days. So I'm going to share my board here, and I'm going to show you the steps that I took to make that thing happen. This is going to be sweet, short, and straight to the point. Why? This right here you're watching right now is a masterclass. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. Eventually, I'm going to be offering it to people that are looking to go from $0 or $3,000 to $4,000 a month to over $10,000 a month. Now, watch this. I'm going to go to my whiteboard here. Let's go over there. Boom. And you should be able to still hear me. And let me go ahead and first of all, I am going to delete my board, and I hope you guys can see me. I'm pretty sure you can. There we go. So let's make this happen. I should have erased my board before, but I did. So let's erase the other side. All right. All this irrelevant. Don't worry about this. Not for you. All right. So I'm going to share exactly the same steps I took to go from $0, and I've done this twice. And the last time I did it, I've stayed there, right? So it's not just about getting to the amount. It's about staying on the amount. What's the amount? At least $10,000 a month, right? At least. By the way, my microphone is there. My camera is there. I hope you can hear me. So let's take a look. Let me get some better markers over here. Here we go. All right. So here is what I did to go from 0 to 10,000 a month, sticky money. That's the best part. So from 0 to 10K a month, MRR. And by the way, before I go into from 0 to 10,000 a month, listen, for some of you guys out there, you may not want 10,000 a month. You may want 20, you may want 30, you may want 3,000, 4,000. That's cool. You could probably use the same strategy to get there as well. But I'll tell you this, there's something that happens with your life once you retain your cash flow over 10,000 a month, right? You're able to work on your physique, right? Get better. You're able to work on your mindset, feel better, right? You're able to do whatever the heck you want throughout the day because you have cash flow that's coming in and you're not worried about going out there and having to make a sale every day. Like, for example, people that sell things that only pay them once, they're always stressed. Always. How do I know? I used to sell things that only paid me once. I used to be a life insurance agent, right? I did that for about 2.5 years, and I was getting paid only for the work I did when I closed that policy. And guess what? They only paid one time. And if you got renewals on the insurance space, very little. Same thing with the investments. For you to have the recurring investment portfolio, like if you're a securities, whatever they call it, securities agent or financial professional, you got to have a massive book of business to even get 10,000 a month, right? So what I'm going to show you here is not something that you're going to have to bust yourself to get there, but yeah, it requires work. So watch this. Step number 1 to get there is you gotta know the market or niche. By the way, that's niche. I hope you can see that. You got to know the niche that you're going into, right? So identify the niche. By the way, I'm a lefty, so I'm trying to do this so you can see me. But you have to identify a market that is big enough, right? Where people have a big problem across the board and you bring them a solution. If you do that, you will never go hungry because people will always be knocking on your door, whether through ads, referrals, right? Word of mouth, they find you online, or you got affiliates or whatever, right? But number 1 is you got to identify a big enough pool of people that have the same common problem and you bring them a solution, all right? Now, step number 2. I'm going to try to write this bigger. You got to define your avatar. And I might do this black. Let me see what it looks like from there. Oh, yeah. I think you guys can see that. All right. So you got to define your avatar. Who is your avatar? Your avatar is your ideal client. For example, since I was a life insurance agent, I know the problems life insurance agents have. I know the headaches they go through. I know the sleepless nights they go through. By the way, this applies to a lot of different businesses. They don't sleep well at night. They're stressed out of their mind. Oh, forget about that policy you wrote today. You try to hope that it sticks in the book for at least 12 months so you don't get a chargeback. Imagine the freaking heartfelt moments where you're hoping someone doesn't cancel so you don't have to pay back that commission that was paid to you. That stuff is never nerve-wracking. I did that for 2.5 years. So guess what? I know the avatar. I know most salespeople have no way to generate leads. So guess what I bring to the marketplace? Different ways that are proven for them to generate leads at the lowest cost possible and get the maximum profit that they can get, right? So you have to know your avatar. What are their pain points? What are their desires? What do they want? What do they struggle with? Where do they congregate? Is there a place online or in person that you can go to where there's a bunch of them, right? So you could reach a high pool of people the most effective and affordable way for you to be able to help them. So you gotta really take the time to know your avatar. That's step number 2. Now, step number 3. Step number 3. All right. So you identify your avatar. Now, you gotta put an offer. You probably heard of this. I'm gonna see if I can spell it. Irresistible offer. So you gotta put together an irresistible offer, something that you present to them, and they gotta be stupid to say no. You gotta be so convinced this is an irresistible offer that you know it's gonna help them get to where they're going, that when they tell you no, you kind of look at them, you're like, really, bro? You must not have been something right in your head, right? Because it's an offer that they should not be able to resist. All right, that's what is called an irresistible offer. Now, for you to put an irresistible offer, you gotta know your avatar. You gotta know who you're selling to. For example, back in New York, I'm originally from New York, right, from Brooklyn. Back then, I heard, I wasn't there when it started, but I heard when the, what is it called? This drug pandemic, I'm not gonna say what type of drug it is, right? I don't wanna get banned. But when this drug pandemic started in New York City or New York, Brooklyn, whatever that area is, well, they say, I heard that they will go around and give people samples. They give you the first hit, whatever they call it, right? And it was so good, they couldn't say no. And guess what happens? They kept coming back for more. All right, that's a horrible analogy to use, but I hope that resonates. I hope that makes sense. So you got to make an offer to that avatar that they cannot say no to. Whatever that offer is, it doesn't have to be a low price ticket. It doesn't have to be massively high either, but it's got to be something that they cannot say no to when you present it to them. Now, that brings me to the second point. How to sell. I think I did that right, or sell, something like that. But how to sell. How do you present this irresistible offer the correct way to that ideal avatar? There's a lot of ways, trust me. There's a reason why I was stuck at $4,500 for almost 4 years, because I just didn't know how to sell. I didn't know how to package this thing together. I didn't know what niche to go to. I was trying to serve everybody. And you already know, if you try to hit everything in the field, you're going to hit nothing. That's 100%. It's like chasing two rabbits. You're not going to catch either one of them. Unless they're twins and they're going in a narrow path and you're going to catch them all. That's usually not how it goes. All right? So you got to know how to sell this thing. How do you package it? How do you present it? Do you present it one-on-one? Do you close via texting? Do you close via DMs? Do you close from a landing page, a sales funnel? Do you close through a webinar? Do you close through a stage? You see, there's a lot of different ways, but you got to know how to sell it, how to present it, where to present it. And then this brings me to my next point. Let me see if I can use a different fulfillment or, yeah. All right. Now that you sold it, now you got to fulfill it. You got to do the work. All right. Or you have to give them the product, or you have to give them the service. In this case, it is a product and a service. So you pick how you want to package it. Do you want it to be a service that requires you or a team? By the way, you don't have to know everything. But when you got money, you pay somebody to do the work. You don't got to know how to run ads. Pay somebody to run the ads, right? But you got to know, how do you fulfill? How do you give the work, all right? If it's a product, how do you hand it over? How do you automate it? What are the steps to do that, right? The correct way, in a systematic way, that when you close 3 or 4 clients a day, or 3 or 4 clients a week, or 3 or 4 clients a month, however you want to do it, that you're able to systematically fulfill that work without going freaking nuts, all right? So that's that part. Now, once you did all that, I hope I haven't lost you yet. Then comes a point in a man's life where he or a woman, where they say, it's time to scale this thing. To scale, I think I spelled that right, or grow. Now you want to grow the business. But listen, to get to growth, you got to have this fulfillment down pat. Why? Because let's say, for example, you're bringing in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clients a day. But if you haven't automated the fulfillment, how to fulfill, do the work, whether it's you or a team, and I hope it's a team, By the way, I know ways that you can hire teams extremely affordable, and also I know ways to hire teams that are extremely proficient. You want to mix of both. But now when you say, hey, I want to grow, I want to scale, you got to have SOPs. Listen, when I hired my coach in 2020, I didn't know what an SOP was, right? You're probably asking yourself, what the heck is an SOP? It's a standard operating procedure, right? Or process. How do you do things in a way that when someone comes on board, whether a virtual assistant or employees or contractors, how do you have it in writing step by step on what they need to do in a systematic way? For example, when you go to McDonald's, did you know McDonald's paid extremely little? And do you know the reason why they pay so little? It's because they have created a system where they could plug in a monkey that can talk and they could do the work. Why? What do they say when you get to the window? Hi, man, take the order, or whatever they say. But they say the same thing, every single one of them. And then, what size would you like? Would you like some fries with that? Would you like to make this a combo? Anybody could say that, right? But that's how McDonald's scale, grow massively worldwide, is because they have a systematic way to do things. And man, listen, I hope I didn't lose you. But let's come back to me over here. All right. All right. So let's come back to me over here. Let me put my microphone like the boy band called One Direction. All right. It's a bi-directional microphone, so I'm just going to point it at me. But listen, that is, or those are the steps to go from 0 to 10,000 a month. All right. And I hope you're smart enough to save this video. Go back to YouTube. It's always going to be there unless I take it down, but it's going to be there after this. And those are the steps you want to take your digital marketing agency or software as a service or high-level agency or AI agency from 0 to 10,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. All right. Now listen, I'm not just gonna come here and do verbal diarrhea on you, right? Yes, that was a snippet for something that I just launched, which is a coaching program. All right. The good thing is I just relaunched it literally yesterday, and the first 5 people that I accept into the program, they're gonna get like a 50% discount. Why? Because right now what I'm looking for is 5 success stories, 5 people that I can help them go from 0 to 10,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. It's not just 10,000 a month. A stripper can make 10,000 a month, but guess what? That stripper, if she don't go stripping next weekend, she ain't making no dough. All right, because she got to put in her time to make that money, right? There's something called freedom. And that freedom is abbreviated MRR. What does MRR mean? It means monthly recurring revenue. What does that mean? That means, for example, we all have a phone. And I have a timer on my phone. We all have a phone. I have, for example, I have AT&T. AT&T has a massive amount of monthly recurring revenue. What is that? They give me a service called whatever they call it nowadays, a phone service, internet, whatever you want to call it, right? And I pay them a monthly subscription. You know, they could sell you that service and you only pay once, right? Or once a year. But then that service will suck because they need maintenance and all that stuff, supposedly. But they sell you a service. People pay anywhere from $30 to $100 or whatever they pay a month for their phone bill. Guess what AT&T is doing, or all these phone providers? They got sticky money. They have tens of thousands of customers, paying them a small amount every single month, $30, $50, $100, whatever, and do the math. Let me see if I can do the math with you. Now imagine this. I'm going to do the math with you. Here's my calculator. Let's say you charge, let's go low. My lowest ticket, $97 a month. That's the lowest thing I sell. And by the way, that does not require my freaking time. All right. Let's say you got $97 a month. That's what the customer pays you. And let's say you have the ideal number of customers you want to get to is at least 200 customers a month. It's pretty good. 200 customers a month will pay you $19,400. Only 200 customers. What if you can give it the next 90 days and your main goal is to get 200 customers paying you $100 a month, or 97 in this scenario? Can you get 200 people that need a service or a product to pay you $97 a month? I think so. I've done it. Now imagine this. To do the math annually, $19,400 a month, that is 200 people paying you $97 a month, times 12 months in a year, you're just making yourself a whooping $232,000. You know who makes $232,000 in the United States in corporate America? CEOs and C-level executives. And they had to go to like Harvard for like 6 or 8 years. They have to be master at bringing the company millions of dollars for them to get paid $232,000. All right. And they got to dedicate basically their lives just so they can have the money coming in every year, because that's not sticky money. This right here that I just showed you, that's sticky money. What is sticky money? Sticky money is you sold it one time and that customer is paying you every single month. Whether you get out from bed or not, that money's coming in every single day. Every single day, money comes into my Stripe account. Every single day, by the grace of God and me putting in the freaking work. Now, I'm going to cut it here. If you like to learn how to go from 0 or wherever you are to 10,000 plus a month, or maybe you're at 10,000 and you want to go to 20,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. This is not just one-time money. All right. This is what I got for you. Go on my Instagram. Let me put the Instagram on the screen right here. See if I can do that. Is at John Medina CEO. All right. IG John Medina CEO. And I got something for the first 5 people that I led into my coaching program that is brand new. And like I said, I'm looking for 5 individuals that I'm going to give you a massive discount on. You still got to pay. It's not going to be free. All right. I'm not going to teach you how to give your work for free. But the first 5 people, I'm going to let you in on a massive discount. Why? Because I want to make you basically a replica of what I did to go from 0 to 10,000 in monthly recurring revenue, sticky money. All right. Or maybe you're like, John, I don't want to pay you. I don't want to listen to you. I don't want the shortcuts. I'd rather go through the pains. I'd rather have sleepless nights. I'd rather wake up in the middle of the night with panic attacks. Right. I'd rather gain so much weight on my body because I'm stressing it so much. Right. And I want to go out in my own way. Right. If that's you, I respect that. Do it. All right. I did it that way for almost 4 years until I hired a coach, and I was stuck at $4,500 a month. By the way, $4,500 a month in an industry like this one is nothing. That means you're not working, or that means there's something wrong going in your business or in your mind. All right. So if you want to see what we have to offer and see if you qualify, because there is a qualification criteria. Number 1 is you got to be coachable. 2, you got to have a good attitude. And 3, well, we have to see if we're a good fit. So listen, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's 23 minutes into this thing. I hope this was helpful for you. Go back to YouTube and watch this again. Watch my board, what I just put out there, to show you the steps that I did to get to 10,000 a month in monthly recurring. And if you're serious and you want to take it to the next level in an accelerated way, go to Instagram and just DM me the word coaching. Just DM me the word coaching, or say, hey, John, can you tell me about that coaching thing? And let's have a conversation. See if we're a good mutual fit. All right. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching another episode of Hey, Listen with John Medina. You guys have a blessed day and until the next week. Let's go.